Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Red Queen Tarot. Today we're doing readings for November, so I'll pull a token and see which sign we're going to read for next. Pisces, okay. Welcome Pisces. Could be your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node position. So I'll start this reading with a little basic sidereal astrology. We have a full moon lunar eclipse coming up November 8th. So that's going to be happening if you are a Pisces rising. That'll be in the sign of Libra, or Pisces is your first house. So this lunar eclipse will be happening in your second house of money, finances, and it's conjunct Uranus, so expect the unexpected. And finally, we'll have a new moon that's happening November 23rd in the sign of Scorpio at 6 degrees. Again, consult your natal birth chart and find out what house this will be occurring in. But if you take the basic wheel as a Pisces rising, it would be in your ninth house of higher learning, long distance travel, philosophy, school. So let's see if the cards reflect any messages surrounding those important astrological events. Otherwise, we're just going to get a general reading for the month of November for Pisces. I'm going to stick with this Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Oh, no, that one flipped over. Okay, 5 of Water, 5 of Cups. Let's see if I can get 3 more cards for Pisces. Okay, taking 5 for you. Underneath the deck, 9 of Water. Okay, that's a sharp contrast to the 5 of Water that we started with. So this is a card of feeling loss or lack or disappointment in the 5 of Cups. She's kind of almost looks like she's despaired there with her hand on her head. But in the 9 of Cups, what's underneath the situation is that there's this hidden treasure. Maybe just having to dig deeper, work harder, longer. It's not yet time to find this treasure. But the key theme behind the 5 of Cups is that there's 3 cups spilled and 2 cups still remain standing behind the figure in the original deck. So it's something you're not seeing, something that hasn't been revealed to you yet, that there's a silver lining in whatever circumstance or situation you're going through. Okay, so let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Oh, the 10 of Water. Yeah, more than a silver lining. So this seems to be unexpected. I don't feel like many of you see this coming, but the 10 of Cups is right after the 9. And then now we have all water cards as a water sign Pisces. This is your element. So with that new moon in Scorpio happening on the 23rd of November, that's in your sister water sign. So whatever aspects you have in Pisces will be trined by the new moon on the 23rd. This could just be a harmonious connection to your element. I mean, currency is water. It flows like water. If you hold on too tightly or restrict the flow of currency or the flow of water, if you don't let any out, none can come in. So there's really a purpose and a function for loss in this case, or watching the water flow out of the 3 cups that have spilled in the 5 of Water card. So you're making room, essentially making space for deeper, more valuable treasures to come your way. After the 10 of Cups, we have the 3 of Fire, okay? 3 of Wands. Again, this is blessings coming towards you. Your ships are coming in. There's something you're looking out over on the horizon with expectation that these blessings are coming towards you. Expect that there's a ship pictured here. There's movement indicated. Okay, and then next to that we have the 9 of Fire, 9 of Wands. And after that we have the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so your entire reading is fire and water, Pisces. They have a powerful alchemical reaction together. Of course, you use heat to boil water, and it can evaporate, or water can douse a fire. There's a delicate balance there that is maintained, but fire being masculine action and water being feminine passive, And it's interesting that I pulled 5 cards for you, because if you'll notice, we have all the water cards on the left and the 3 fire cards on the right. So there's a balance here between action and passivity, masculine and feminine. Okay, I'm going to get clarifiers on that, but it seems like there's a similar energy in the 9 of Wands as in the 5 of Water, that kind of hesitancy or despair, but it's really surrounded by a majority of overwhelmingly positive cards, that it's kind of like a last-ditch surprise or unexpected shift of energy that's coming towards you. This is encouraging you to welcome it in with open arms. Usually the 9 of Wands depicts a wounded warrior, somebody who's seen their share of trials and tribulations, but they're still standing. They're a little banged up, but they have this wand in their hand in order to defend themselves, and that kind of makes me think about the Ace of Wands. To me, the Ace of Wands can be a magic wand. You know, you still wield this power of manifestation that you can direct your energy towards these developments. So your experience of loss or lack, it's brought a new perspective to you of what to value, what truly matters, and what doesn't. So some of you could be going through your personal belongings, getting rid of old clothes or things you can donate and release from your home that may have caused this energy to become stuck, or keep it from flowing in. So there's a message to put your energy out there, release what no longer serves you, give it away, or donate your time, or not just your products, to those who might benefit from it. And that will open up a new doorway to blessings for you. Okay, I'm going to get some clarification here from our Syrian Starseed Tarot. Okay, the one card tried to flip over, but I didn't see it, so we're just going to take it. Okay, underneath this deck, we have the Lovers. So that's Gemini. Could also be partnership or family, or a merging of two souls, soulmates, of course. So that's number 6. Let's see what the rest of these cards have for us. First of all, 6 of Crystals. All right. Equal give and take. This is reciprocity. So again, maybe a return on your investment, a payout from a legal settlement. There's equality here. There's a balance being restored. I mentioned the balance between the fire and the water. So as long as you're honoring those energies within your body, whether it's time to give or time to receive, then that's going to help you stay in sync with the flow of energy. And next to that, we have the Ace of Crystals, Ace of Coins. All right, very fortuitous sign. I kind of felt that way when I was looking at this 9 of Water. She's looking at this giant gem in the bottom of the treasure chest, which is a crystal, and now we have a giant crystal skull. But it's a gift from the universe. Again, I get this sense of receiving. This is all on the water side. So it's not that you're giving in this instance, you're kind of receiving. This is the feminine, this is the masculine. I'll see how this plays out. With the Lovers showing up on the bottom. Again, it might be a joining of a fire and a water sign. You may have a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo partner either coming in. The Ace of Fire depicts newness or novelty. If you've been with this person a long time, you could just be reigniting a spark. But it looks to be a new energy coming in to complement you. Again, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Could be a lifelong friend, somebody, a family member that you've reconnected with after a long time. But let's look and see on this side. We have the Ace of Orbs. Okay. Well, I should have said this before, but Ace of Wands, Ace of Coins, 2 aces indicates a change of places. And now we have the Ace of Swords. This is truth, communication, kind of cutting through any clouds, any uncertainty, or veil that has been covering your eyes for some period. But this is a truth. This is a word, something that's spoken that clarifies a situation. But now that we have three aces, there's definitely a relocation going on here. Movement, again, depicted in the Three of Fire cards. Usually that indicates energy coming towards you, but this could be you as well, taking a trip or a journey. Let's go ahead and see what our final card reveals to us. Reason. Okay, this is the Emperor card, number 4. There you have Plato pictured with his Platonic solids surrounding him. Great philosopher, but I mentioned that your 9th house could be the position of this new moon in Pisces, or I'm sorry, in Scorpio. So that would be the 9th house. And the Hierophant, or I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the Hierophant, but it's actually the Emperor. This makes me think of that card, but a teacher. I feel like somebody is disseminating knowledge onto you, especially with the Ace of Swords here. Air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I had Gemini show up in the Lovers under the deck. So, but the Emperor is definitely somebody who's in their full power, who's making decisions, calling the shots. And it's very different from this 9 of Fire card. This kind of exhausted, defeated, or just beat up individual who's been through the ringer. And then you have this Emperor energy. It's almost like the tides have turned, the scales are shifting for you, that you're becoming or embodying this energy of someone, a shot caller, someone who makes decisions, takes control, or as a result of this influx of currency, it has put you in a position of power where you're able to make these life-changing decisions in a new direction, all these aces. There's something that you are, I mean, it almost looks like he's manipulating these orbs, that he's the one controlling them and causing them to float around his head. He's like a magician in this card. So let's see what your oracle cards have to say about this. I'm going to start with your Queen of the Moon oracle. Or you could be getting news from a boss or somebody who's more experienced or higher up from you. Again, I get this authority from the Emperor, that they might be contacting you with the Ace of Swords there with an offer. That might be an invitation to go somewhere. Okay, your Queen of the Moon oracle. Abundance, Hunter Moon. Very good. So this is a full moon. And we have that lunar eclipse coming up November 8th. I know we've already been through this Hunter Moon. I believe that was a full moon of October. But you'll notice the leaves are changing color. She's wearing red and orange. All the woodland creatures are surrounding her. It's almost like a Queen of Coins vibe. So very earthly, mature energy. All right, so the book has for us, what is that, number 38? Take advantage of this time of abundance. It is all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you. There is enough for everyone. I mentioned earlier about kind of opening up this flow to your currency or your cash. So if you're open and responsive to the abundance around you, that means that you've done your part to discard anything that could be congesting that flow of abundance. Okay, and the mantra is, I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. The Hunter Moon is a traditional room of plenty. It was when game was at its most plentiful, so the people would not go hungry. The moon was large and bright in the sky, and in some cases deep orange, and there was a great deal of light to go hunting well into the evening. Our ancient ancestors couldn't just go off to the supermarket and buy what they needed to eat. Meat didn't come on trays wrapped in plastic. Eggs were gathered. Warm clothing was made from skins of the same animals that were hunted for meat. Nothing was wasted. This abundance was part of a cycle just like any other. It wasn't present all the time, so this time of the year was to be taken advantage of while the going was good, and the barrenness of winter would soon return. Hunters had to be prepared. They had to have their weapons ready and their tracking skills honed. As modern people, we are less used to these natural cycles of plenty and barrenness because most of us have stepped away from growing food in the natural environment. However, these cycles are still there even if we are not a part of them consciously. This moon normally rises in October in the northern hemisphere, and so was before the winter snows. The companion stone or metal is citrine. Citrine's a really happy stone. I equate that with the sun. And the orange and red colors that they referenced here, or the orange moon, made me think of the sacral chakra. Citrine is yellow and orange, like sacral and solar plexus. This is creative drive. Again, you have like the sacral chakra. This is a very sexual card, the Ace of Fire. It's so there's a creative energy with the lovers here too. You guys could be collaborating on a project, or just building this idea, this world for yourself. You're making plans, like laying them out with this Reason card. You're plotting your next steps, what you're going to do with this abundance, this 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. It's very emotionally fulfilling energy, and it seems like all of your effort was not in vain with this 9 of Wands, that even though you've been through the ringer, you've done the hard work, there's definitely a reward that's coming as a result of that. Okay, so let's take a look at your archetype card for November, Pisces. I'm actually gonna use the table here. Okay. Well, that's too many, but I'll take the one that showed up on the top, which is the Village. That is 41. I don't think I've gotten this card before, so I'll be excited to hear about it. Okay, the hometown, the family, the tribe. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's a very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support you leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present any time we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. This can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the wild. The village moves with you, as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. Okay, intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal are the key words. In its negative, small-minded, gossipy, trapped, and restricted. Okay, so I did mention with the multiple aces showing up, as in a change of places, with the ship appearing on the card, some of you might be traveling outside of your home or your hometown for the first time, stretching your boundaries, your realm of experience. The 9 of Wands might be showing up as a bit of hesitancy for you to leave the nest, or even to return to the nest if that's your situation. If you're going back to your hometown after a long time of not being there, there might be a sense of protection, whether positive or negative, that it's like, I need to prepare myself to go back into this environment to make sure I don't lose myself and everything I've become when I return. But as it was saying, when you leave your village, it's like you can take the girl out of the small town, but you can't take the small town out of the girl. Like if you leave with that mindset of the village that you're raised with, your family, you're going to take a piece of that with you wherever you go. And as travel's indicated here in the card, I feel like maybe with the Emperor here too, you might be getting some backlash either from a boss that you're leaving or a parental figure, an authority figure. Somebody may not approve of your idea to expand, and that's something that you'll have to, and that might be the Five of Cups that started this reading. It's like somebody's going to be sad to see you go. But I think as long as you understand what the benefit or the payoff is for completing this challenge, stretching yourself, the reward is abundance. It could be abundance again of freedom, not just material goods, but of the freedom to embody your true self, abundance of knowing. And let's see if there's an angel and ancestor card here for you. What ancestors are accompanying you, especially with the village coming up here too. That's a strong familial bond. I mentioned the lovers might be a family bond or your tribe. Hermit, retreat and recharge. Okay, well, some of you might be getting away from the village, leaving the village to retreat into this inward reflexive experience. And I'm going to read a little bit about the Hermit for you. It might just, again, with the mindset, you're kind of leaving whatever framework or paradigms you were raised with. This is you seeking a different path within yourself. Like if you don't feel like you fit in the village, that you are somehow different. Spending time alone, listening to your soul, meditating, reflecting, that's what's going to help you find that unique energy that you bring to the world. Okay. The Hermit. Of course, there is a Hermit card in the tarot, the ninth major arcana, which is Virgo, and it's sitting right next to the Nine of Fire. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, or just if there's that part in your chart that's being activated, you could be feeling the strong pull to that energy. All right. The message here is to take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth, benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. I mean, after any kind of feelings of loss or lack in the Five of Water or the Nine of Wands, you could be, after a long trial, having to take time to recuperate. The Hermit card is one of the solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yanta symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from the Mother, Father, God. This whole reading started with water and fire, masculine and feminine energies. So maybe that withdrawal within is going to help you analyze and recognize if you are out of balance in one place or another and what needs to be recalibrated. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may develop draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. And that's what the Emperor does. You know, he makes very controlled, calculated decisions based on reason, based on conclusions that he reached within himself. This is ultimate trust in oneself, having confidence of a leader or a king, that you're able to make those decisions with confidence, but only after you've sat in silence with yourself and understood what it is you need to do next. Okay. Okay, well, because the Lover's card did show up in our reading, I'm going to grab a Journey of Love card for us. All right. I had two fall down on the floor. Let's see what they are. Ooh, Intimacy, number 35. And Dream a Little, number 51. Look how their hands are both clasped by their face. It's that like sense of surprise, wonderment, awe, beauty. Okay. I'm going to start with Dream a Little. It's like dreams come true, wishes come true. Well, the Nine of Water is a wish come true card. So something maybe you have been praying for, meditating on with the Hermit is coming through for you. The divine wants to bless you with inspiration, just as a lover would come to the door of the beloved with a spontaneous gift of flowers. So dream a little. Let your imagination wander and wonder. What if? What else could be? Breaking down the rigid walls of expectation just because something has been does not indicate that it must continue in the same way. So dream a little and receive your spiritual gift. This oracle brings you guidance. A spiritual gift of inspiration is on its way or has just recently been received. It isn't flight of fancy, it's a gift from the divine. Receive it and believe it in new possibilities. Yeah, that's what I felt with the Ace of Swords. It's like in the original deck, there's a hand coming through a cloud holding this sword, like a gift. Like, here you go. I mean, and it's just like kind of this could be an idea that comes to you in a state of meditation, or you could have a very powerful dream a little. And that's when you could receive this, these messages. You rule the 12th house of dreams in the subconscious, Pisces. You more than anyone have access to this layer of thought. So, and also it's like breaking down rigid walls of expectation, or leaving your imagination to wander and wander. That's kind of leaving the confines of the village or whatever mindset you had set up for yourself in the past, whatever framework you were raised with or belief structure. This is like you expanding beyond that. And finally, intimacy, number 35. Your vulnerability is the key to your growing spiritually. Now is the time to share yourself openly without pretense or defensiveness. Let down the barriers that have held you apart from another, from the divine, from the world, and let yourself be held by experiences of your life without needing to defend against them. Expect nothing and be open to receiving everything. Your vulnerability is your way forward now. You are learning that you have enough strength to truly surrender. You are brave enough to allow yourself to be truly lived by the divine. The message of this oracle is that you have recently opened yourself up in new ways to meet the world and your loved ones, or are considering doing so in order to share something of yourself with another. Do it. You are ready to be seen and received more than ever before. All right, so being intimate, being vulnerable, revealing your true nature to the world is what's going to be rewarding for you. Okay. Almost done. I know this is getting long. So let's see what our Mystical Wisdom Tarot has here. Oracle. Pisces. Go with the flow. Couldn't be better. And there you are. Two fish. Fish butterflies. But yeah. I mentioned the flow of currency, the flow of water. Here we have the full moon pictured here. Obviously, you shouldn't, it says let things happen underneath, but yeah. I mentioned in this card being on the receiving end, opening yourself up to possibility. And then underneath that deck, I have new beginnings, begin your new life. Yeah, because we had 3 aces here. Definitely there's a restart happening for you. Okay, we'll get your animal medicine card. Pisces. Antelope, number 37. Ooh. Okay, it's called action. So this will have to do with the Ace of Wands that came up, the fire in your reading. When time was just beginning and the tribe of man was small, antelopes saw the two-leggeds were naked and hungry and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth if action were not taken. Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all the two-leggeds together for council. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do, and then you do it, Antelope said. And what shall we do? Asked the people. If you are naked and cold, you should kill me and take my coat to keep you warm. It is my gift to you. Do it. We will, said the people, but what of our hunger? We are starving. What can we do to save ourselves? If you are hungry, you should kill me and take my flesh, for it will nourish you and make you strong. It is my gift to you and a part of my evolution. It is my service. Do it. Antelope knew that humankind would survive the Ice Age if the people learned to eat meat. Before the movement of the great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and two-leggeds had no need to eat the bodies of their fellow creatures. The clans on the second world ate antelope. Taking the instinct and wisdom of the four-leggeds into their bodies, the people learned, through each creature's essence, how to survive. They were taught never to waste or to take more than they needed. When they were in need, the two-leggeds knew to take action. Humans learned antelope's lessons well. Because of antelope, humans took proper action and survived to this present day. Antelope taught humans to honor the gift sent from Great Mystery and to avoid indiscriminate destruction of life. Antelope signifies knowledgeable action. Antelope is a symbol of the antenna of your hair, which attaches you to the Great Mystery by its long cords of light. Looking at antelope, you become aware of your mortality and the short time span you have on this planet. With this in mind, you must act accordingly. Proper action pleases the Great Mystery. Antelope medicine is the knowledge of life's circle, knowing of death. Antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. Antelope powers have been courted and shamanized since the dawn of time. Antelope clans have been many, and the power of antelope people is great. Antelope medicine gives you strength in mind and heart, and the ability to take quick and decisive action to get things accomplished. If you feel stymied, call on antelope medicine. If you are balled up and twisted in knots, antelope powers will speak to you of proper action and soon set you free. Many ingenious solutions to problems are whispered by antelope. Listen, and even more importantly, act. Surround yourself with the illumination and secret knowledge of antelope. Combine this with action if you will overcome any obstacle or hindrance in your path. If antelope is your centering tree and strong personal medicine, thank Great Spirit. Say what you should say. Your judgment is sound and your actions will be successful. Always listen to what antelope has to say to you. Antelope in your cards indicates a message of higher purpose. Antelope arms you with the bow of authority and forces you to act on behalf of self, family, clan, nation, and finally Mother Earth. Antelope says, do it now, don't wait any longer. Antelope knows the way, and so do you. Take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When Antelope has bounded into your cards, the time is now, the power is you. All right, that's really you stepping into this Emperor vibe. This is taking action. This is Aries, your sister sign or neighbor sign. So that's the next step. And I even felt like saying this at the beginning of the reading, fire and water. You go from the water of Pisces to the fire of Aries. That's a very powerful 0-degree point. And with the Emperor card being here, I know Jupiter is currently retrograding back into Pisces in the tropical zodiac. So it's like it was right over that 0-point degree during the new moon solar eclipse on the 25th of October. So we have, Jupiter is the sky father, Zeus. So he's this is the turning point of the wheel, because you go from, it's the changing of the seasons. The first day of spring is when the sun moves into Aries from Pisces. So it's always about new beginnings and rebirth. So if there are these powerful eclipses going on right now in October, November, you may not see these things fully come to fruition until 6 months later, because eclipses can take that long to manifest. So it may not even be till the spring. You could take this time in the winter as the hermit to retreat and recharge, contemplate, formulate an action plan, go with the flow the whole time, and then know when to take action, like the antelope or the emperor does when the time comes to spring forward. I feel a lot more like spring is when you'll be able to kind of move forward. But anyway, I wish you the best, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next for the next reading. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.